Hey, everybody, how you doing? Paul here. Nah, not played that one for quite a long time. Can't really remember how to play it. Let's try this one. Hey. Right. You hear me all right? You can hear me okay? Am I coming through? Is everything all right? Yo, yo, yo. Hello, Louisa. Welcome. Monday night. It's quiz time. Hello, Marion and Lorna. Granton and Turkey. The two ends of the world. And everything in between. Yeah, it's just one of the exercises out of the book. It's called Melody from Germany. That's it. Traditional, I think. I don't remember reading anyone's name next to that. Hello, Karen. Look, all the superstars are here. Marion's here, Louise and Lorna, and Louisa's here, and Karen's here, so we can start. Don't need anybody else. Although we are a little bit quiet, it'd be good if you give us a share, folks. If you can hit the share button and tell people all about a wonderful quiz that's just about to happen. There's a bit of stuff. Hey, Chrism's here as well. Fantastic. Hello, Chris. Well, I don't know. Hello, Raymond. Of course, if you're at a pub, beer garden, you're welcome to do the quiz. You can do the quiz from anywhere that you can get Wi-Fi or reception or whatever you use. So, yeah, give us a share. Yeah, it might be down for numbers. It's bollocks, I tell you what. I mean, I can't get back in the pub. I cannot get back in the pub for at least 3 weeks. And even then, don't know. Talking to pubs, they're trying to work out their distances and all that sort of thing. It's you know what irritated me beyond belief is, well, not beyond belief, but it irritated me. I went into the newspaper shop this morning, corner shop. There's all the newspapers. I have a quick look and it's all happy Monday. Everything's great. Back to normal. It's not back to normal. It's fucked. Can't do the quiz, you know. Maybe back to normal for some people, but you know, there's still a ways to go. Thanks for coming and doing the quiz here live. I'm just about to start. It's 2 minutes to 7. I'm going to start talking about the quiz itself at 7. I'll hit the first question at 5 past the hour. That is my intention. That is my plan. I'm Dr. Paul, original Quizman. I'm going to just share this link myself on Facebook, which I'm going to do right now. Let me see. How do I get to my bit in Facebook? Here it is. So I'm just going to say quiz starting right now. Put a link in and post. And I'm going to go and do the same thing on Twitter. Let me see. Live pub quiz starting immediately now, soon, right now. Link and tweet. There we go. Okay, that's good. Right, that's done. So let's concentrate on everybody here. Mr. Spade is back. All right. Gary cannot get back in the into the country. Hosting from a pub garden is far, far easier to do at home. No, I mean, thing is as well, Chris, it's all very well in the papers, everyone going about pub gardens and you know, it's not really a big thing around here. This is Scotland. It's freezing all the time. Summer or no summer. It's we like to drink indoors because it's warm and outside is really, really cold. especially after about 3 in the afternoon. Even on a hot day in Scotland, it's freezing after 4 o'clock. Certainly if you're used to London temperatures. I remember going down to London once in January. I flew down to London, and of course I lived in Glasgow at the time, and I got into the plane, big coat, scarf, hat, everything. It's January, you know what I mean? I get off the plane at London, it was 16 degrees. Oh, fuck. 16 degrees. Blimey. Bill's here, under the guise of Therese. Hello, Peter. Hello, Michael. Yeah, hello, Mr. Mackey. Hello, Mr. Kilo. You what? I started the day with an 8 a.m. half-mile swim. All right, half-mile. Oh, God. I thought you started... See, when I first read that, I thought you started the day with an 8-mile swim, which is like... surely not possible. Has anyone ever swum 8 miles? I know they have. I know they've swum the channel and stuff like that, but 8 miles? Fuck of a long way. Sorry, I'm swearing. I shouldn't be swearing. I should keep. I've gone rather loose of mouth. I must reel that in because I forget sometimes. Right, let's start again. Right, hello Janie. Hello Dave. Down there in Germany. I think you're still in Germany. Right, welcome everybody. Right, give us a share. It's 7 o'clock. The quiz starts soon. If you have not been here before, it is a very simple interface, interaction, situation, proposition, right? It's a pub quiz. I ask the questions, you come up with the answers. Now, there's no apps, there's no hooply with techno, whatever. It's just a pen and a piece of paper. That's all you need. So how you play is I ask the questions, you answer them. You write down the answers as we go. After each round, I will tell you the answers to the questions I've asked, and you can mark yourself. Yay! So you can be as hard or as easy going on yourself as you like. I would recommend being pretty easy on yourself because the rest of the world does a good job at the other. You know what I mean? And don't shout out answers in the chat as we're doing the questions because everyone's just trying to answer the questions. So don't spoil it by putting answers in the chat. That's it. Now, the exception to that is if I ask you specifically to put an answer in the chat. And if I do that, it's to get a name on the wheel of prizes. All right. And whoever answers, when I do that, whoever answers first with the correct answer goes on the wheel, or the first one I see sometimes, you know. So the bonus questions you can shout out in the chat, but I'll be very clear about which ones that is. Most of the time, don't shout out the answers. Thank you very much. Yeah, Dave's in Munich, right. Hello, Pejero. Hello, John. Hello, Ocats. Very nice. There's James the Baker's got some bread news for the Spedge. It's going to be exciting. Okay, so that's the wheel of names that you might get yourself on. There's 2 names on it already, which is Beeg and Marion, because they have put up prizes for tonight. I didn't get around to sorting out a book from Karen, so Karen's still got a few books left, but not tonight. I've got some other prizes. Keep your score. I'll get you to upload at the end of the quiz, and then I'll do a league table. This is the league table from Friday. Scumbag College, where top you got Mrs. Mango, Peaky Pfeiffer's, Pedestrian Crossing, Teddy Biscuits, Noodle Doodles, London Lockdown FC, Social Outcasts, Heeds and Mints, all in the 70s. Great scores, and there's everybody else. All right, I didn't put them into thirds. A bit busy, you know. I went for a hill walk at the weekend. That was good. Hire me to do a Zoom quiz. Do Deadpool. Yeah, there's less than a week left for Deadpool, so this is relevant at the moment. To win £1 million, you have to predict the most famous person to die in the following month. So your entries for May need to be in by the end of this week, because this is the last week of April. So there's the link for Deadpool. Make sure you get a Deadpool entry in. I've still got a £1 million scratch card I need to deliver to Colin. That was for Murray Walker. That was for March. I haven't got around to that one yet, but it's there. Thing is, I know where he lives, and he's very, very close by. So I just keep thinking I'll just pop round. So I never put it in the post, and then I never get. It doesn't matter, right? I'll do it. 4 minutes past, right? Big main sponsor tonight is Cross Borders Brewing. They will send you some beer. There's some previous winners. There's Mr. Doyle and Beeg. Yeah, happy with booze. Also, if you don't win booze, it doesn't matter because you can get a 10% discount off their online service. I'll put the. You should be able to find the link in the information under the video, but there's a link anyway. If you want to go to their website, you get 10% off. Other prizes tonight include this phone, a Nokia 105. Doesn't have a camera, no fancy stuff. Quite sturdy though, and probably when you charge it up, it probably stays charged up for well over a week. You know what I mean? I used to have one of these. Great, brilliant, great little alternative. And Marion came round, dropped that off. So thank you very much to Marion, and that is a prize for tonight. We've still got some of these. Good Food for Bad Days by Jack Monroe, donated by Beeg. So those two, Marion and Beeg, are on the wheel already. And I have a pair of gardening gloves, £100,000, brackets, scratch card, and probably something else. So, right, we are here. We are here. I think of all the days he's missed out being a millionaire. I know, I do feel bad about it. This is the first time I've talked about it out loud, which will make me go and do it. The other thing, my office is a mess. I have to be honest. I got stuff piled up here and here. And I know the £1 million scratch card is in there somewhere. Colin, if you're watching, love you, man. I'll get your money to you soon. Okay, right. Round one is the same letter round, which means all of the answers in this first round begin with the same letter of the alphabet. So it's a big clue once you get a letter. All right, here we go. So number one is about God and all that business. In which book of the Bible are the 10 Commandments first mentioned? All right, the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not dishonor your mum. Thou shalt worship the proper God. Thou shalt wear a mask if requested to by the venue. All that sort of thing. The 10 Commandments. But what book of the Bible do they appear in first? You know, because they turn up later as well, but where do they turn up? Right, question number two. Remember, it's the same letter round. All the answers start with the same letter. So which part of the body is affected by conjunctivitis? All right, if you've got conjunctivitis, then which part of your body is affected? Okay, question number three. Get through these fairly quickly tonight. Which Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, first performed in 1978, is set in South America and originally starred Elaine Page and David Essex? All right. So which musical is that? It's, music's by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Should say Lloyd Webber and Rice, because Tim Rice did all the words, which is quite an important part of it. First performed in 1978, set in South America, originally on stage starred Elaine Page and David Essex. Great show. Number four, what is the largest bird native to Australia? And that's question number four. And number five, in the same letter round, all the answers start with the same letter. Which major European river, pub quiz special, rivers, rises in the Czech Republic? It goes through Dresden, it goes through Hamburg in Germany before entering the North Sea. That's where it stops being a river, empties out into the sea. So what is the name of that river? All right, it starts off in Czech Republic, goes through Germany, including Dresden and Hamburg on the way, empties out in the North Sea. What is the name of that river? Okay, you should have 5 answers. How I told you, they all start with the same letter. Once you've got that, tell me you're ready. You have already. That's great stuff, Ms. Dove, Mr. Meacham. Thank you very much. I'm going to recap these questions with great speed so that you just in case you missed any. So, which book of the Bible's got the 10 Commandments? Which part of the body is affected by conjunctivitis? Which Lloyd Webber musical and Tim Rice musical set in South America? David Essex and Elaine Page were original stars. Tremendous show, great music. What is the largest bird native to Australia? And what's the name of that river? Starts off in Czech Republic, goes through Germany, empties into the North Sea, quite near Hamburg. So after going through Hamburg. So what's the name of that river? Right, everybody ready? Looks like it. Here we go. So, did you get a letter? I'm sure you did, folks. I'm sure there was enough in there that everybody got the letter. I hope you got a letter. If you didn't get a letter, then You're barred. You have to leave the quiz now, and you're barred. It was letter E. Right, here we go. God, etc. Which book of the Bible's got the 10 Commandments? Thou shalt not do this, that, and the other. It's Exodus, written by Bob Marley and some Hebrews a long time ago. So, ding! That's my phone. Exodus is the right answer. 2 points for Exodus. Yeah, you mark yourself. You mark yourself 2 points for each answer. What's affected by conjunctivitis? It's your eye. Eye or eyes. It's just a wee bit red. That's all it is. Nothing too much. Elaine Page, David Essex, they were on stage performing Evita. There is Elaine Page as Eva Perron, who is Evita. Here's a bonus question to get on the wheel. What part did David Essex play? A real-life famous person who was played by David Essex in the stage show, and later on played by Antonio Banderas in the film. First person to answer that in the chat will get on the wheel. That's right, you all know. Che is good enough for the good enough to get on the wheel. It's Chrism. Chrism on first, and let's see. Che Guevara is the full name. For that is who it's supposed to be. And John Mackey's first to type the full name, so I'll give you that. Michael Graven, I think, was attempting Che Guevara there, so I'm going to put Michael on the wheel as well. Let's get you all on the wheel. Lots of people on the wheel tonight. Thank you, please. Okay, good. Che Gav, this looks like Welsh. I don't know how you say that. Right, okay. What's the largest bird native to Australia? It's an emu. I'm going to show you a great picture. Look. Do you know about the Great Emu War of 1932? I didn't either until today. So the emu, Western Australia, World War I veterans have been given all this land to farm, but it was slightly dodgy land. They started irrigating it, and before you know it, all the emus come, thousands of them. So they got the army out with machine guns and machine gunned the emus. And it didn't work because the emus were pretty good at running away. The Great Emu War of 1932, worth a read on Wikipedia. Which major European river? Oh yeah, the river comes from Czech Republic, goes through Germany, empties out near Hamburg. The right answer is the Elbe. There's the route of the Elbe. Okay, so from Central Europe up through Germany out to the North Sea. Is that Michael Parkinson? What with the emu? Let's have a look. Looks like Alpha at home and away, doesn't it? Flyman emu. I think the emu's dead. I think the emu's been shot at this point, you know. It's been quite cooperative because it's dead. So you see people saying 13 points and you're thinking, what the hell's that all about? 13 out of what are they talking about? Well, I'll tell you. All right. I'll tell you how it works. So you get 2 points for each answer. So 10 out of 10 if you got them all right. But you add 2 points if you're a subscriber on YouTube. So get that on. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. You get 2 points. And the other point is if you do a share, if you hit share and it shares out amongst the people. Social media mayhem, virality, that gets you a point as well. So maximum 13. There is another bonus point, but it's only if it's your birthday. Okay. Didn't get a river. Yeah, that was a tricky, difficult one at the end. What did you say? Did you come up with an answer or did you just not get anything? There's all the answers. Exodus, Eyes, Evita, Emu, and Elba. Yes. Poor old Rod Hull. Hey, poor old Rod Hull. Was that a bit like Aberdeen renaming Standard Life Aberdeen? I don't get that. They went for the Essen. I don't know if there's a river Essen. I know there's a city called Essen in the west of the country. But that's a good guess. Anyway, Elba, Exodus Eyes, Evita, because they'll start and then by the time I get to emu, I'm in an rhythm. Let's try again. Exodus Eyes, Evita, emu. Got it. Elba. Right. Let's get on to the picture round. Yeah, so it's a bit of a tricky one tonight. Here's an alligator and a crocodile, but which one is the alligator? Okay, this is, obviously they look pretty similar type of animals, but they've got different shaped heads. So which one is the alligator and which one is the crocodile? Okay. Or basically, which one's the alligator, A or B? That's how to answer the question. Number 2 is, you can see what that is, yeah? It's like a bird's eye view of their head. Just the heads. Hello, triangulation. Good evening. Welcome to the quiz. Caught up now. Nice one. Yeah. Right. No ifs, no buts. Name that nut. That's number 2. Just name the nut. So today's news, renaming Aberdeen? Or what, like the finance company or whatever it is? They've got rid of their vowels. Jesus Christ, what a word. What a world we live in. Everyone's got 50,000 pronouns and now Aberdeen's got no vowels. What's going on? Name that nut. Okay, number 3 is, you might know her. You probably don't. Marina Shkermankova. What sport is she doing here at the London 2012 Olympics? So it's a close-up picture of her in action at the Olympics. See if you can work out from the picture what sport she is doing. There is, obviously, her facial expression's a clue, but there's another clue in the picture. See if you can work it out. Nah, I didn't see any news today about Aberdeen or anything, in fact. I've been working all day. I sort of noticed the news a little bit, but most of the news I saw was them talking about whether Boris Johnson and the Tories are horrendous liars or not, as if that's a debate. Number 4 is what sport uses court markings that look like this? So it's another sport, 2 sport questions in a row. I think most of you will recognise this. They are court markings for which sport? Okay, and that's number 4. And number 5, and the picture round is this part of London. But the question is, which London Monopoly Board property are we on if we're here, right? So you know what I'm saying? The answer is one of the properties from the London Monopoly Board, the Standard Monopoly Board. And this is a photograph taken at one of those locations. So which property is it? You know what I mean? Mr. Doyle's ready. No mucking about. Nice work. Let's go back over and have a look. One more time, then I'll tell you the answers. So number 1, identify the alligator. All right, which is the alligator, A or B? Number 2, just name that nut. No ifs, no buts. Name that nut. Not ifs, no buts. Just name the nut. Identify the sport. She's from Belarus, which is another clue because it's a sport that Belarus are actually pretty good at. Marina Shkermankova, London 2012 Olympics. Name the sport. Number 4, another sport, but just which sport is it this time? Based on that diagram of the court markings. Lots of detail there, but little stuff that's quite small to read. But the shapes are kind of distinctive as well. And number 5, which London Monopoly Board property are we at for this? Okay. What we got? We got Mr. Doyle, Ms. Duff, and Mr. Baxter are all ready. I'll wait for a couple more and then I'll move on to the answers. I'll show you the answers. I've got pub quiz versus politics tonight. We've got Alice Mumford of the Green Party coming on at 8 o'clock. The Green Party are doing extremely well on pub quiz versus politics. Not quite as well as I thought they were, because I looked back over just to check, and I'd given them too many points. So they're not actually in first place, but she's only going to need a score of 9, I think, tonight to get in the lead. 9 out of 55, so she should get in the lead for the Greens. Wednesday's going to be good. I got a guy called Bonnie Prince Bob, who's an independent, standing in Edinburgh Central. Interesting person. Right, okay, everyone's ready. Ready-ish. That'll do me. Let's go. Right, picture round. Alligator, crocodile. It's easy, isn't it? Because it's A for alligator. Obviously. Yeah, so alligators have more rounded snouts and crocodiles have more pointy snouts. So you can tell the difference if one's coming to get you. It doesn't matter, you just run, no matter which one it is. So 2 points for that. Name that nut. Pistachio. Yeah! Everyone likes a pistachio. Does anyone not like pistachio nuts? Marina Skermankova. The main clue is the facial expression, maybe the fact that she's Belarusian as well, but also just see in the background, you see this little line here. That's part of what's going on. That's a sort of a big part of a big circle, which is there, because she is weightlifting. She's a weightlifter, so that's the weight on the end of the bar. She's getting underneath it, giving it some Humpty, Great stuff. Love the weightlifting at the Olympics. It's in fact the best sport at the Olympics, bar none. This sport I don't like so much. It's basketball. Don't really understand basketball. I mean, I know how it works, but I don't understand the appeal. Number 5, right? Okay, Spedge said this was causing issues. It's not a super famous building, but relatively famous building. It's in Trafalgar Square. Bonus place on the wheel if you can identify the building with the columns and the dome in the background. Which building is that? First one to answer that in the chat will get on the wheel. It's like a public building. Somewhere you can go. Yeah, very good. Excellent. Cats has got it right. It's the National Gallery, which I've never been. I've not been down to London really properly for years. I've been down there a couple of times for work things, but not proper touristing in London for quite a long time. I'd like to go back down and just do all the museums, basically. That'd be good. Great place. Aye, National Gallery is correct. Right, okay. What we got? Alligator, pistachio, weightlifting, basketball, Trafalgar Square. My phone keeps pinging a better. Just check it's nothing I need to deal with in terms of family or whatever. No, we're okay. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. So there you go. How much do you get? I got 6 at the Doyle end. Didn't get the alligator. It's difficult. 10 out of 10. Pajero. 10 out of 10. Pajero. 10 out of 10. UK Alliance. 10 out of 10. The Middlemass. 10 out of 10 for Emma. Ooh, ah. Right, superb. Let's move on. Sound round. Right, okay. It's time for, it's a voices tonight. Voices for you. Voices in my mind. Right. Here's the options. I'm going to play you 5 voices. You have to identify who's speaking. All of the correct answers are on that list. So listen to the voices and pick out the right answers. You ready? Here is voice number 1, talking about a television documentary that she's not a fan of.
I am appalled on the statistics that I have, that everybody else has, is that this documentary was pulled when there was clearly enough evidence into a thorough investigation. And the fact is that not only did they pull the documentary at the 11th hour, they then went on to pay tribute to Jimmy Savile. And
okay, so talking about it, Sav, obviously. So who was that being appalled at how a documentary about Savile got pulled? Number two is someone talking about singing, in particular, singing a big long note. Who's this?
And with this note, and the credits weren't finished. Hold on, and I couldn't. What I was doing wrong was I was singing "He Loves Gold." I tried to do it all in one. So quick thinking, I thought I'll do it. He loves. Take a breath. Gold.
Yeah, she gets a round of applause for that. Okay, who was that talking about singing a big long note? Number three is an American speaking to some Australian people in 1960 on television.
I would say that unquestionably, I am an American, born there. My father slaved there. Upon the backs of my people was developed the primary wealth of America, the primary wealth. You have to have accumulated wealth to start, to build. You did it another way here in Australia. You had to build your accumulated wealth too. You just came and took it, you know what I mean? And that's what they did in most of the countries. That's what you Europeans did. You just took it. We got to catch up with you a little bit.
Guy making his point, you know what I mean? Number four is somebody talking about the time they met Oliver Reed and got to see Oliver Reed's tattoo.
Like a big dish, and he looks around and looks at me and he goes, "Oh, I see tattoos." And he goes, "I have a tattoo." And I go, "Oh, really?" And he goes, "Would you like to see my tattoo?" And I said, "Well, I think expecting to show me a fucking anchor or something on his arm." I go, "Sure." He gets his dick out and he's got I can't remember what it was. I didn't really take that much of a look, but he had a tattoo on the end of his dick and he gets it out in the bar.
So there you go. It was a story about Oliver Reed, but who was speaking. And the last one is somebody who's gone from the SNP to the ALBA party. So who is this?
The Yes movement encompasses not just the SNP and not just the ALBA party, but many people who are in no party, but they support the cause of independence, which transcends everything. I think Ian Blackford should actually realise that it's independence that he should be fighting for and not opposing those who are also campaigning for that cause.
Okay, well, that was a little bit dry, that last one, after hearing about Oliver Reed's tattooed penis. But there you go. It takes all sorts to make a voice round. So Karen is ready. John is ready. I'm going to play these one more time. Here we go again. Here is number one. Who is this?
I am appalled on the statistics that I have, that everybody else has, is that this documentary was pulled when there was clearly enough evidence into a thorough investigation. And the fact is that not only did they pull the documentary at the 11th hour, they then went on to pay tribute to Jimmy Savile.
Yeah. Okay, number two is about singing.
And with this note, and the credits weren't finished. Hold on, and I couldn't. What I was doing wrong was I was singing "He Loves Gold." I tried to do it all in one. So quick thinking, I thought I'll do it. He loves. Take a breath. Gold.
Very good. Number three is from 1960, an American speaking to Australians on Australian television.
I would say that unquestionably, I am an American, born there. My father slaved there. Upon the backs of my people was developed the primary wealth of America, the primary wealth. You have to have accumulated wealth to start, to build. You did it another way here in Australia. You had to build your accumulated wealth too. You just came and took it, you know what I mean? And that's what they did in most of the countries. That's what you Europeans did. You just took it. We got to catch up with you a little bit.
People listening to that are somewhat uncomfortable. Number 4 is someone who met Oliver Reed and Oliver Reed's Willie.
Like a big douche spread, and he looks around, looks at me, and he goes, "Oh, I see tattoos." And he goes, "I have a tattoo." And I go, "Oh, really?" And he goes, "Would you like to see my tattoo?" And I said, "Well, I think expecting to show me a fucking anchor or something on his arm." I go, "Sure." He gets his dick out, and he's got I can't remember what it was. I didn't really take that much of a look, but he had a tattoo on the end of his dick, and he gets it out in the bar.
And he gets it out in a bar. How about that? Okay, the last one is a very recent clip from this year. Obviously, someone who's gone from SNP to ALBA.
The Yes movement encompasses not just the SNP and not just the ALBA party, but many people who are in no party, but they support the cause of independence, which transcends everything. I think Ian Blackford should actually realise that it's independence that he should be fighting for and not opposing those who are also campaigning for that cause.
Okay, right, there we go. That's the political one at the end there. Okay, so lots of people are ready. Let's get straight on to the answers. Let's not muck around. So here we go. The first one. I am appalled, she says. You know, she's upset that I think it was the BBC, can't remember, but I think it was the BBC pulled a documentary about Savile, and she was thought it was a bad idea. She is Denise Welch. She is on Loose Women and stuff like that. I think she's been an actress as well. Number 2 is Shirley Bassey. Yeah. You know what film she was talking about. She's talking about Goldfinger, yeah. She sung the theme tune for Goldfinger and big notes. And Shirley Bassey, Burley Chassis, big notes, you know. Number 3, Paul Robeson, talking about, you know, he's a black man, so he's talking about how his father was a slave, and he's talking about how the wealth of America is built on the labour of his own people. And a really interesting character, Paul Robeson. Never knew much about him until I got this clip. There's a really good bit of film about him visiting a mine in Midlothian, because he was a miner. He did a film about being a miner, and he's a singer. He sung Old Man River. That's what he's best known for. But, you know, bit of an activist as well. Number 4, Ozzy Osbourne, who was unimpressed with Oliver Reed's penis tattoo. And the last one is Kenny McCaskill. And even though I've been doing all this politics stuff, I don't really know the difference between all these politicians. They kind of go over my head a bit, so I don't know if he's terribly famous or not that famous or what. But there he is anyway, Kenny McCaskill. He's a name. Like, I've definitely heard the name, but I just don't know much about him. So there you go. There's 5 voices. How many points out of 10 did you get? 2 points for each right answer, of course. Hey, Miss Dove and Marion both getting 10. Chameleon's getting 10. 10 out of 10 for the spedge. Went for Harry Belafonte, yeah. Yeah, Harry Belafonte was also, I think, involved in civil rights. Maybe not quite as deeply as Paul Robeson was. He's one of these guys, you know, Paul Robeson. You start watching a few clips of him and you're like, well, that guy's impressive, you know. Famous for releasing the Lockerbie bomb suspect. Right, you must be talking about Kenny McCaskill. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, really. I mean, I don't know much about the case. Al McGarry, was that the name of the guy? FBI investigated Robeson. Yeah, well, they investigated a lot of people back in those days. I was just reading about Ernest Hemingway today, who killed himself in 1961. And apparently part of the stress that led to his suicide was being investigated by the FBI. Because it used to be a bit of bad news being in with the commies if you're in America, you know, or even suspected of being in with the commies. Let's crack on. Let's move on to the next round. Well done, everybody. It looks like lots of 8s, a couple of 6s, 1 or 2 10s. Nice work if you got 10 out of 10. Okay. Did I ask a bonus question in that round? I don't think I did. No, I didn't, did I? Name Harry Belafonte song, right? Name the song he's most famous for, put it that way. First person to say that gets on the wheel. Yeah, Banana Boat song. That's right. Belafonte. Just looking up on Polyhex to see what we got. Yeah. I mean, there's three really well-known ones that got to number 1, 2, and 3. I'll take each of them, right? So Banana Boat song was the first one mentioned by Chris M. That's what you've all gone for, I think. Hides the deadly black tarantula. De la goma me want go home. That's some of the lyrics in that song. Not Old Man River, because that's Paul Robeson. Nature Boy. Oh, you all going for Banana Boat song. It's actually not his biggest hit in the UK singles chart, believe it or not. It got to number 2. He had a song that got to number 1. So I'll give another space on the wheel to somebody who gets who names the song that went to number 1, which is a song that I'm pretty sure also got to number 1 in the late 70s. Certainly very high up the charts. It's not called The Christmas song. I know there's a song called The Christmas Song. It is a Christmas song, but it's not The Christmas Song. And it's not, that's it. Chris has got that one as well. Mary's Boy Child. Yeah, that's Harry Belafonte. Right, okay. So Chris M twice. Chris is good at this stuff. And I think, to be fair, you said Banana Note, which is great. It was fast, but Jonathan came in just behind you with a full proper title, properly done. So I'll put Mr. Doyle on the wheel as well. Very good. Another one that got to number 3 was Island in the Sun. Oh, Island in the Sun. Yeah, it's Boney M. I knew it was Boney M. I just didn't want to say Boney M. I didn't want to totally give it away. Deo! Deo! De la coma me wa go. Me and the kids sing that when we're out on the bikes. It's our cycling song. Right, let's crack on. How are we doing for time? I better get on with it. Right, crypto. It's time for a crypto. This is a vaguely cryptic clue to give you the title of a 1986 song. You get 60 seconds to solve it. Do not shout out the answer to this in the chat. All right? If you think you've got it, just say got it or ready. But just leave it clear for everyone to have 60 seconds to try and answer this. So here we go. Cradle to grave, mounted atop the paternoster. The hell does that mean? Right? So you're looking for the title of a song that's got 4 words. First word's 5 letters. Second word's 2 letters, then 1 letter, then 6 letters. You're right, Gary. It is good stuff for the kazoo, those Harry Belafonte songs. In fact, I've got my Kazula-Palooza thing open. I'm just going to take a note while I'm letting you do this. If I just write Harry Belafonte in there, then I will look up that later. Perfect. Thanks very much, Gary. Good idea. Good thinking. So, cradle to grave, right? Mounted atop the paternoster. By the way, see the 5 letters word, the first word, that's a misspelling, like a deliberate misspelling. Normally it would have 6 letters, right? Because these people are cool, they spelt it with 5 letters. Think you've got it, and got it right. We have people declaring that they've got it. The time's up, so I'm going to show you the answer. If you manage to get this before I reveal the answer, you get 3 points to add to your score. It is Living on a Prayer. So cradle to grave, that's a lifespan. So that's living. If you're somewhere between the cradle and the grave, you're living. Mounted atop, that's just a fancy way of saying on. And the paternoster is the Latin way of saying the Our Father. It's a prayer. So living on a prayer. All right. Bon Jovi, of course. There they are. Living on a prayer. Fantastic hair. Living on a prayer. I remember to do my hair. Thumbs up if you like the quiz. This is me specifically asking you to like the quiz instead of just not liking the quiz. So that's the two choices. You can not like the quiz with the thumb up thing, or you can like the quiz. Definitely prefer the latter. Those. Thanks very much. Some of you got it, some of you did not get it. So that's down the middle one. Right, there's no team of the day. Let's do a guess who. Round 4 tonight is guess who. By the way, round 5's coming up. It's a Disney music round tonight. It's Louisa's choice. So she'll be looking forward to that, and you all will. It's good questions. So the guess who is, I'm going to give you progressively easier clues to who's hiding behind this grid. And depending on how early you get it, that's how many points you get. So here we go. So the 10-point clue is that this person was born in 1984 in London. You're surprised Living on a Prayer was so long ago. It's the 80s, Louisa. We're talking nearly 40 years ago now. 35 years, that is. Gee, Christ almighty. Holy bananas. Living on a prayer. Got it and got it. Right. A couple of people have got it already. I think it's a relatively easy one tonight. So put a guess anyway. Write down a guess, even if you're not sure, because if you're correct, you get the points. You get the 10 points, even if you change your mind and then change it back. So if you get it right at this point, you get 10 points. Now I shall give you the 8-point clue. So this person left school with 2 A-levels, art and geography. Okay, a couple more people reckon they've got it. Maybe on the 10 points, maybe on the 8. So 8 points, left school with 2 A-levels, art and geography. Which are 2 fairly nice A-levels to have. For 6 points, joined the army and fought in Afghanistan. For the good team, not for the Taliban. For our lot, which is obviously the side of good against the side of evil. This guy was on the good side. $4 points, dated a Zimbabwean for 5 years, but ended up marrying an American. So that's for 4 points. I think most of you have got this by now. Got it too. Yup. And the last one for 2 points. If you don't have it already, this should give it away. This guy quit the royal family in 2020 and now works for Netflix and others. Peter. I'll deal with that in a second. So there you go. That's your last chance. If anyone hasn't got it so far, then I kind of envy your life, to be honest. It means you're missing out all the rubbish, because the answer is Prince Harry. There we are. There's the different levels of the points. I think most of you would have got it on the 10 or the 8. Peter's typed in, got Harry. Now, you see, if you just left it at that, there's not many people would have noticed. But then you go, sorry, to attract the attention of people who maybe didn't see your comment, and then, sorry, in capital letters, just to make sure. So if you do, I understand. Sometimes people accidentally put an answer in. But if you do, I'll ignore it and you just ignore it, right? And it'll just go past. Good guys don't dress as Nazis. To be totally honest, I don't really understand the outrage over that. It's one of those things where it's like made up outrage. It's like it's fancy dress party, you know what I mean? Plus, he was a kid at that point. I mean, I'm no royalist. I think the whole thing's ridiculous. But, you know, fair's fair. It's like a fancy dress party. Yeah. I dressed as Ming the Merciless at a fancy dress party once. That's pretty fascist. Ming the Merciless has got entire planets under his whim. You actually can't. I can't. Where I am, I can't. I've got to let them go. If I went into the back end of YouTube simultaneously, then I might be able to. So I don't know. What does he do for Netflix? He makes the tea. He makes the royal. He makes the royalty. Yeah, synthetic rage. Yeah, that's my views. Yeah, synthetic rage over the Nazi thing, but get rid of them. Yeah, absolutely. Well, everyone's got the thing about Harry and all that, and all the royals. Everyone's got an opinion. Lost my respect, a loser, unreserved idiot. Only 2 A levels. That's 2 more A levels than some people. It just shows with kids, even if you only get 2 A levels, you can still get really far in society. You can become a Silicon Valley CEO or whatever. You're working for all these different companies. See, anybody can do anything. It was a themed romantic out of Africa party. I'm not that bothered. I mean, you know what I mean? We had Allo Allo. We had Herr Flick for several years dressing up as a Nazi. That was hilarious. Like I said, no royalist, but I have a bit of respect for this guy for actually quitting, because it's always been, you know what bugs me about the royals is when they moan about it, right? When they moan and they go, it's really awful being a royal. And the answer is always, look, you could just quit. You don't have to be a royal. Okay, you were born into it, but you don't have to be a royal person. You could quit. You could just put your hands up and go, this is ludicrous. Like, I'm going to quit, which is what he's done, isn't it? I don't know. Disney. Ah, you're right. Come on, let's do it. Disney music. Thanks to Louisa for suggesting this tremendous topic. I had great fun researching it because I learned some new songs that I didn't know. Here are the questions, 50-50 style. So, number 1, which Disney film includes the song Part of Your World? Is that in The Lion King or The Little Mermaid? All right, so which Disney film has got a song called Part of Your World? Is it The Lion King or The Little Mermaid? Now, despite this being a roundabout music, there's no actual music in it, Louisa, but I promise you I'll do a Disney music round, like as a music round soon, because I think that'd be good. I should take a little note, actually. There we go. Okay, number 2 on ranker.com, which is a website where people rank things. You know, they vote things up, vote things down. And as of yesterday, when I checked, which song is number 1 on the list of the best Disney songs of all time? Is it A Whole New World from Aladdin, or is it The Bare Necessities from The Jungle Book? So people basically vote for their favourite things on Ranker. And there's loads of different pages. And the top ones don't move that much because there's so many votes, you know what I mean? So I'm sure it'll still be there today. But which song is number 1? People's favourite Disney song, basically. A Whole New World from Aladdin or The Bare Necessities from The Jungle Book? That's question number 2. Question number 3. This is one that I didn't know because I've never seen this film, but which of these is the title of a song performed by Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, in the 2016 film Moana? Is it Thank You or You're Welcome? So what's the name of this song from Moana, which is performed by, or one of the songs performed by Dwayne Johnson, known as The Rock? Is the song called Thank You or is the song called You're Welcome? Number 4. Who had a top 20 hit back in 1997 with a song titled Go the Distance, which was originally written for the Disney film Hercules? Was it Michael Ball or Michael Bolton? So this person did not sing the song in the original film, but they had the chart hit with it. Who was it? Michael Ball or Michael Bolton? The song was called Go the Distance. It comes from Hercules. That's question number 4. And number 5 goes back to the old school. So When You Wish Upon a Star is kind of like the Disney anthem, but it came from Pinocchio. Which character sings the song in Pinocchio 1940? Is it the Blue Fairy or is it Jiminy Cricket? Do, 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 do. So who sings that in the film? The Blue Fairy or Jiminy Cricket? Right, quick recap. 10 to 8, I think we'll be finished just about in time. So Part of Your World is a song from which film? The Lion King or Little Mermaid? What's the world's favourite Disney song, according to ranker.com at the moment? Is it A Whole New World or The Bare Necessities? Number 3, what song does The Rock sing in Moana? Thank You or You're Welcome? Go the Distance is from Hercules, but who had the chart hit with the song in 1997? Was it Michael Ball or Michael Bolton? And the last one, who sings When You Wish Upon a Star in Pinocchio, which ends up being the kind of Disney theme, the overall Walt Disney music, but from Pinocchio. Gary, going for 0 out of 10 is actually pretty difficult in the 50-50 round, you know? You've got to get all of them exactly wrong, you know what I mean, to get a 0 out of 10. Right, you're all ready? Here come the answers. Let's have a look. Your World. So the name of the song is Part of Your World. She wants to be part of your world. She's not part of the world. She's down below. She's the Little Mermaid. Yay! There she is. The Little Mermaid for 2 points. Number 2. It's the favourite one out of those two on Ranker at the moment is A Whole New World. The Bare Necessities down at number 12, which surprised me. But A Whole New World is number 1. I like the Bare Necessities out of those two. A Whole New World. Number 3, right, okay. Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, is in Moana playing Maui, the demigod, and he sings a song called You're Welcome, in which he basically explains how great he is. And it's good. So You're Welcome. There he is. That's what it looks like. And she kind of looks at him going, hi, all right. Big song about how totally amazing he is. Go the Distance. That was a hit from Michael Bolton. He's got Michael Bolton hair. And when you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. It's Jiminy Cricket, which I thought of the question before I knew the answer. I think it's the Blue Fairy, but it's Jiminy Cricket. So that's why I put it in, because I thought, it's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, Jiminy Cricket. So there he is, little green fella. So The Little Mermaid, A Whole New World, You're Welcome, Michael Bolton, Jiminy Crickets. What we got? We got 8s, we got 10s. Yes, 10 with a guess, 10 for the Duff, 6 for the Meacham, 8 for the Quarantini, 8, 6, 10. Chuffed with that. Yeah, didn't get a bear. I know it should be the bear. Really. Oh, what'd you get, Louisa? It was your round, Louisa. We need to know what you got. This is bad. Sounds just a bit ominous. Steward's Inquiry. Well, like I said, I looked it up yesterday, and Bare Necessities down at number 12, and A Whole New World's up at number 1. There's a load of other songs in between. So I am the steward. I'm the question writer. I looked up yesterday. It's like, hey, Louisa's been done in her own house on her own subject by Graham. Graham got 10 out of 10, 6 for me. Oof. Okay. Another one not really believing me. You'll believe it when you look it up, you see. Right, double or bust. It's the final round. So it's 5 to 8. This is the final round. After this, I'll get you to upload your scores for tonight. All right, so I hope you've been keeping track. Hey, we got a fight over question number 2. Which one was number 2? All right, A Whole New World. Yeah. All right, good. Opinion questions. I think a lot of people would have put Bare Necessities. I mean, A Whole New World's a good song. A really good song. Let's face it. Okay, double or bust. You know what to do. So you answer questions here. If you answer a question and you get it right, you get 4 points. Brilliant. Amazing. That's double. So you can get 20 points in this round if you get them all right. If you answer them, get them all right. The bust thing is if you answer a question and get it wrong, you get 0 points for the round. To avoid getting bust like that, you can leave blanks. You don't have to answer every question. So you pick which ones you're gonna answer. You know what I mean? It's up to you how many of the 5 you go for. Going for all 5 is called Boz Out. Here we go. So these are just straight trivia questions, and they tend to be a bit more difficult in the last round. Not always, but that's the intention. Right, number 1. In the year 2000, which Spanish football club were awarded the title of Best Club of the 20th Century by FIFA, who are the corrupt beast that run football? All right, FIFA handed out a trophy for being the best club of the last 100 years. Which Spanish football club did they give that to? Gary's saying a bear would win the fight between, but well, depends. If he's fighting Aladdin, then maybe. If he's fighting the genie, no. And to be fair, Aladdin's got the flying carpet, which could seriously upset the bear. So I don't know if it would be that clear cut. Who was US president from 1945 to 1953? So the post-war period, 8 years of presidency from who? Who was the president over those years in the USA? Yeah, I've not seen that. The modern version. It's like the live action one. Yeah, they're doing that for all the films, aren't they? Has anyone seen the Jungle Book one? And is it any good? Number 3, which American singer had a number 1 hit in America, that should be, and Britain in 2019 with a song titled 7 Rings? Yeah, I think that's the modern habit, is to make them all sort of brooding instead of fun. I quite like fun things. Beginning to question Graham's sexuality. What? Because he knows Disney music? That doesn't mean anything. You can be straight and like Disney music and Eurovision. Look at me. Number 4. Which native North American fruit is used to make the sauce that is traditionally eaten with turkey at Thanksgiving in the United States? All right, so what's the fruit? You're right, Colin, but I spotted it first, so no banana for that one. All right. The rule is you've got to spot it before me, and you've got to be right, and you've got to spot it before anybody. So what's the sauce made out of that's usually served with turkey in the United States at Christmas time? And the last question is a year question. To get the points here, you have to get within 2 years of the correct answer. And it's another question with royals in it. There's been a few of these tonight. So which year? Virginia Wade was the last British woman to win the Wimbledon singles title. And the Queen's first grandchild was born. All right, try and get within 2 years of that. So those things happened the same year. Pick a year. If you're spot on or if you're 2 years out, you get the points. If you're 3 years out or more, then you bust for the whole round. Okay, so you decide which ones you're going to go for. Tell me if you're ready. Mr. Doyle is ready. Let's go back. a little, just quickly recap these before I show you the answers, and then we're going to be doing pub quiz versus politics. So, which Spanish football club were the best club of the 20th century according to FIFA? They got a trophy and everything. Number 2, who was president of the United States 45 to 53, just after the Second World War? Number 3, name the American singer who had a number 1 hit in the US and in Britain with a song titled Seven Rings. A disgusting hymn to consumerism. Number 4 is, what's the name of the North American fruit which is used to make the sauce to go with the turkey at Christmas in the USA, traditionally? And number 5, pick a year that these things happened. Virginia Wade was the last ever British woman to win the singles title at Wimbledon, the women's singles, and the Queen's first grandchild was born. So what year did that happen? If you get within 2 years, you get a point. Right, I'm about to show you the answers. Before I do that, I'm just going to remind you that I'm doing this for tips. All right, so if you think tonight's quiz is worth a small donation, then I'd be delighted with that. Obviously, if you think it's worth a massive donation, then I'd be even more happy with that, as I face continuing financial problems here in Quiz HQ. Thank you very much. So if you went out to a proper pub quiz, this is a proper pub quiz, but if you went out to one in an actual pub, you'd spend loads of money. So think of that. All right, thanks very much. That's my donation link. Now let's see what you're doing. The balls are out. Balls out, balls out, balls out. Oh, no, just ready, says Janie. The Spedge balls are staying in tonight. Let's find out what happens. The balls are out for triangulation. Let's check it out. Let's see what happens. So you're ready. I'm about to tell you the answers, and then we're going to be meeting Alice from the Green Party. Right. Here we go. Here come the answers. So, best club of the 20th century. It's possible to get bust on this one. If you get bust on any, do let us know and tell us what you put and how you got bust, because it's always interesting. But Real Madrid is the right answer for that one. There they are, 3 corrupt men passing around a wee trophy. Yeah, we're the best. That's it. 4 points for that. If you got Real Madrid. Who was the US president from 1945 to 1953? Very, very straightforward question. Not many clues. The right answer is Harry Truman, or Harry S. Truman if you want to use his initial. There he is. Proper 50s looking type of guy. Number 3 is Ariana Grande, 7 Rings. I had the question in the database, but it was only today or yesterday when I was writing these, I realised how awful a song that is. Right, I wondered if that might be the case. Somebody might go for Barcelona, got busted in the first question, went for Barcelona instead of Real Madrid. Ariana Grande. The fruit that goes with the turkey is cranberry sauce, traditionally in the USA. And the last one, Virginia Wade, number 1 at Wimbledon, and the Queen had her first grandchild. This was 1977. So if you said anything between 75 and 79, then you got the points right. Quick bonus question to get you on the wheel. First person to answer this in the chat will get on the wheel. What is the name of the Queen's first grandchild to be born? Who was the Queen's first grandchild? First person to answer that correctly in the chat will get on the wheel. And in the meantime, I'm just going to put the link in for you to upload your scores, because I really want to see them scores. Yep, I knew somebody would get this straight away. Peter Phillips is right, and I think that's Karen. Yes. Well done, Karen. That is right. Peter Phillips, the son of Princess Anne. So Karen goes on the wheel, which is good, because I felt bad about you not being on the wheel because I didn't get one of your books sorted out, but now you're on the wheel anyway, so that's nice. Excellent. Right, I've just put the link in to get your scores uploaded. I've just done it again because it came after a bunch of comments. But it's time to put that aside now. We're going to do pub quiz versus politics. After that, we'll come back and do games for names. We'll spin the wheel at 8:30. But it is time to play pub quiz versus politics, and we welcome from the Scottish Green Party, Alice Mumford. Hello, Alice.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. Pretty good. I'm nervous, but
No, don't be nervous. Everything's going to be
Right.
okay. Don't worry about a thing. I like how you're set up there. You've done this before, and you've managed to get your poster
Aye.
just behind your shoulder, so
Yeah.
that we know what's going on. That's nice work. How's is this the first time you've stood for Parliament?
no, I stood last time as well, but it's a more intense campaign this time round. So yeah,
Did
going
you
well,
stand for-
busy.
Did you stand for Holyrood before, or did you stand for Westminster before?
Holyrood, yeah.
Right. Okay. So, how's it going? How is it different this time? Would you say?
Well, obviously we're not chapping on doors in the Greens, so we're doing it all online or just posting stuff through people's doors. Pretty fun. But I am campaigning around Leith and Portobello, so it's been nice weather this time. Get a swim after my rounds, so that's all
Yeah,
been
I
pretty
noticed that you're one of these swimmer people now. Are you one of these people who insists on calling it wild swimming when in fact
I
it is
am
just
not.
going for a swim? Good.
Yeah,
That's great.
I mean, I think I probably would if I was if I was in the Highlands and was just hiking and just decided to jump in a pond. But I think, swimming in Portobello is just swimming for sure.
Do you swim at Wardy?
I've only been a couple of times. I live in Leith, so I can go either way, and I'm
Right. Because that's quite near where I live, and people go, and my daughter says, "Oh, can we get a wetsuit?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, it's full of poos down there." I say, "It's no good." I mean, what's the water like down there? Is it all right?
It's all right. There's a campaign at the minute actually to get it to be certified for swimming, which would be great. So clear up some of the stuff. I mean, Porty isn't great either. It's right by the sewage works, but I figure I'll take it. E. coli be damned.
We've got a comment here. We've got Marion saying, Alice, don't be nervous. For the first time ever, I've given my second vote to another party, and that's the Greens. So that's good.
Amazing. Thanks, Marion. That's so nice to hear.
How's it looking for you? How's the Alba thing going? Because that's something you didn't have to deal with last time.
I mean, we're just ignoring them. Basically, we're a feminist party, and they're not. And I don't think we're that worried about them, to be honest. Especially not here in Lothian. We've got Alison, we've got Lorna, we've got Kate. We're going to have good candidates elected for sure.
All right. Can I ask what spot are you on the list yourself?
I'm 5th on the list, so I'm probably not going to get a seat this time round, but I'm busy supporting. We've got amazing three women candidates top of the list in Lothian, and they're all fab. So it's really nice going around and telling people to vote for them.
Well, you're putting the legwork in. This will get you up the pecking order. 4 years' time, you'll be number one. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe.
65 grand a year, Alice. I mean, it's not to be sniffed at. It's going to be pretty good. When the day you walk through those doors is going to be a good day. Anyway, let's get on with the quiz now. Before I do the quiz, I'll just ask you: are you into pub quizzes? Have you got any idea? Do you know what you're doing, or what? Are you into quizzes?
I've hosted a few, but
all right.
Fundraisers for Women 50/50 or for the Greens. I like writing the questions. I'm worse on the other side of them. But I watched last week's, and I got all of the ones you asked Paul Wheelhouse right, except there was one about a TV show from before I was born, and I didn't get that one. But the others I got. I was good. You're
quite a young person, and that's it's obviously an advantage. It's an advantage in life. You're going to live longer than us, but it's not so great when you're trying to answer pub quiz questions. So good luck, Alice. We're going to start. So you know the format. The first one's worth 1. And then we go up as you know the format. That's fantastic. Shall I show you the? I think I will actually. I'm going to show you the scoreboard as it stands because it's quite good. It's in your favour. Put it that way. I should have set this up before, but it's not going to take too much. I just got to do a little bit of flicky and changey and stuff like that. Right, here we go. I'm going to show you how the scoreboard looks at the moment, and it's looking pretty good. So you can see that.
Yeah. Okay,
right, so Paul got a good score. He put the SNP in front. I actually had the Greens on a bigger score than they were supposed to be. I looked over, corrected it. It's 89, but that's great. That means you only need 9 to take the Green Party into the lead, and you should be all right for that. So let's do it. Let's go with a quiz. So here we go. Question number 1 is designed to be an easy one just to get you off the mark. So it's a music question. What is the title of the Queen song that was number 1 twice and begins with the lines, is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. What is that song?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Perfect. Right, you're off the mark. You got 1 out of 1 so far. Going great. Fantastic. Question number 2. What month of the year is the Eurovision Song Contest usually held?
May.
Correct. Excellent. Are you a fan?
Yes, Eurovision question. Very exciting.
Yeah. I'm a big Eurovision fan and always looking forward to it this time of year. Question number 3 is a sports question. Which race horse with a colour in its name won the Grand National in 1973, 1974, and 1977? And obviously, this is before your time, but it's a famous horse.
Red Rum.
Yeah, very good. Brilliant. Excellent. I'm a little bit worried about that one, but this is good. You're all over it. You're 100% so far. You're going great. Question number 4 is a 50-50 question. There's 2 of these just to, give you a 50-50 for a couple of them. Question number 4, what kind of food stuff is the Italian product pecorino? Is pecorino ham or cheese?
I think it's ham because I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not sure.
Well, it's not ham because you're a vegetarian, but it's not ham at all. It's cheese. It's cheese. So, do you have to be a vegetarian to stand for the Green Party?
No, not at all. In fact, I was about 8 years ago. The shift started moving from people that wanted more meat at events, and I was pretty happy about it because, although we need to all eat less meat for the planet, vegetarians can be pretty annoying. So, pretty good mix.
That's good politics. You're listening to the people there, Alice. You're in tune with the popular mind. Anyway, look, 100% so far. Let's not stop. Let's go. Question number 5. In the board game Monopoly, what colour set includes the property Coventry Street, the traditional London version? All right, Coventry Street is part of which colour set? Yellow, yes. I don't think they play Monopoly much at the Green Party, will they?
It's a training ground for capitalism and dodgy landlords.
Yeah. All right, try this geography one. These are getting harder now. This is 6 points. Which country's name in Arabic means the Western Kingdom, and it has a capital city named Rabat? Which country is that?
Oh, I should know this, and I don't.
Have a guess. The Western Kingdom
Lebanon.
Rabat.
Lebanon, I'm guessing, but don't think that's right.
Well, Lebanon's a decent guess, but it's a wee bit further west than that. It's Morocco. Morocco is the answer. So that's the first one you've missed. It's Al Mamalak Al Maghribia is the Arabic name, and it means the Western Kingdom. It's about as far west as the Arabic world goes, but bad luck missing that one. That's the first one you missed. Here's a 50-50 to pick you up again. How are monks of the Dominican order also known? Are they also known as Black Friars or Grey Friars?
Black Friars.
Yeah, good one. Did you know that?
No, maybe somewhere in my recesses. I did history at uni, and there was lots of monk chat. But
right, okay, it's gone into your deep memory, and it's come out at just the right thing. Question number 8: which country is home to the brothers Vladimir and Vitaly? Yeah, Vladimir. Sorry, I lost that for a second. Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko are boxers. One's called Dr. Steelhammer, and one's called Dr. Iron Fist. They're boxers, and they're world champions. But what country are they both from?
I'm going to guess Russia from the name, but...
Well, it's a really good answer, and if you just waited a few years, it probably would be right. But at the moment, they're from Ukraine. All right, so eventually they might come under the fist. You know what I mean? But right now, they're Ukrainian. Okay, here come the last 2 questions, and you're doing great. You've done enough to get the Greens in the lead, right? So it's just
okay. That was my greatest fear. So that's
No, you're doing great. It's just gravy from here on. So question number 9 is another country. There are a few countries in here. Which European microstate has 2 co-princes who act as joint heads of state? One of them being the Bishop of Urgell, and the other being the President of France. All right, so it's a country with 2 heads of state, and you have to be in those jobs to be the joint head of state of this country. Which microstate is it?
I'm going to guess, this total guess. I was going to say Monaco, but they've got a prince, haven't they? So I'm gonna guess Monaco.
Oh, it's a shame. Yeah, I mean, you're right about Monaco. It does have a prince on its own. No, it's down the road a bit. It's Andorra.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody's
Andorra. So if you get to be the president of France one day, you automatically get to be half of the head of state of Andorra, which is a nice little bonus.
Good deal, isn't it?
Probably comes with a little backhander, it'll be all right. And the last one is not a what year, it's a what decade, right? But this is guessable. So the number 10 point question is this: during which decade was the first publication of Roald Dahl's book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Classic, right? But what decade? You don't have to say the year, you just got to guess the right decade.
That is a good question.
Thank you very much, Alice.
I'm going to guess.
I think I'm supposed to react to this flattery by giving you clues.
I'm going to guess 40s.
The 1940s, you're a little bit early. It's the 1960s.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me see how you got on.
I thought it was more of an early achiever than that, clearly.
You bad luck, actually. You're just out with a couple of these, like the Monaco's not a bad answer. Russia wasn't a bad answer. The 40s is not a terrible answer. So
thinking about it now, I knew it was Ukraine. That's going to haunt me, that one.
No, don't be haunted. So we got 7 and 5. No, sorry, you missed the cheese, didn't you? And you got 3-2. That's 6. So you get 18 points. 18 points. Yay! That is easily enough to put you into the lead. In fact, I'm going to update the scoreboard live so you can see your great success. I just got to put the score in there and then go down here and then refresh it, and that should automatically fill in, and it hasn't done that anyway, so never mind. Hang on, 18, that would be 9,707, so let's put that in. I'll just do it manually. Largest to smallest, put 3 in there, and there we go. Share screen, window, this window, share, and there we are. The greens are on top, thanks to Alice.
Broken 100, happy with that.
Yeah, brilliant. So you've got what is it, a week and a half to go until the election?
Aye, yeah.
Yeah, you exhausted already, or you got plenty of energy?
Pretty exhausted, but yeah, the last week always gives you a push because lots of people finally realise there's an election happening. Whereas beforehand, you're a bit sort of like, did you know there's an election coming? So that job is done this week.
I think there is a bit of a bubble in the politics where the people who care about politics just only care about the politics. I mean, I spend a bit of time on Twitter and I've got a lot of different things I look at, a lot of trivia stuff, some politics, and the politics is so intense. It's like life or death out there. So good luck with staying sane.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, listen, thank you very, very much for coming and doing the quiz. You put up a great performance, you get 18 points. Lorna's saying, well done. Simon's saying 18, he got 22. So 39 down at Peter's place. Wow. That's I thought you got a tough set of questions, to be honest. I think you obviously would have done better with Paul Wheelhouse's questions the other night. So the draw.
That's a classic. So
yeah. Listen, thank you very much, Alice, and I'll see you later. All right.
Cheers. Bye now.
Bye. They were tougher questions, weren't they? That wasn't particularly well balanced, but she did well. She got 18 points, and she's put the Green Party in the lead, and they're back on top. Now, it's not long to the election. I've got someone else coming on what time is it? 20 past. I've got Bonnie Prince Bob coming on Wednesday. Don't miss that. It's going to be good. I'll talk about it more later, because let's get back to some games for names for you lot. It'd be okay for the Tories if any of them would get back in touch with me. I got in touch with loads of Tories last week, and not one of them got back in touch with me. I'm going to focus on the Labour this week. I've changed my mind as well. I'm going to get someone from Albert on if I can. I'm not going to. I mean, they're obviously part of the thing. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that from the start, but we'll get someone from Alba on, and hopefully a couple of more independents as well. But that was good. Well done, Alice. Let's play games for names. Let's see. What do you want to play, folks? I think I've got Hangman ready. Let's do Hangman because I've got Hangman ready. Hangman. I don't necessarily have any. I could get somewhere am I set up, but I've got Hangman ready. So let's just do Hangman because it's the easiest to get started with. Okay, so I'm just pressing buttons here. Try and get it on the screen. Here we go. Right. And I got to do this because I have been forgetting that I've got a Hangman intro, which is great. Haha, you like it? I like it. Right, so hit me with some letters, folks. You know how this works, eh? Sped you straight in there. With a G. Let's see if there's a G. Let's click on G. So you're looking for the title of a song from 1982. It doesn't matter if you guess the letters right or wrong. That's just to give me a flow of letters. What matters is the first person to guess the correct answer. F for Janie. Okay, let's see if we can get an F. There's no F. Then Louisa is offering a K. There is no K. Chris is looking for an H. Let's see that. Yeah, there's an H. Oh, that's a super solve. Looking at John Wayne is big leggy. Derek, that is fantastic. Brilliant solution. It's John Wayne is big leggy by, of course, Hazy Fantasy. Absolutely fantastic. John Wayne in Lover's Lane. Make a whoopee with his squaw. Making his life a bore. It's about John Wayne and his member. And it's one of the great songs of 1982, I think, without any shadow of a doubt. Obscure? It's not obscure. It's one of the greatest hits of all time. Although I do like the other one they had, Shiny. Shiny, shiny, bad time, bad, ba, 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 do, do, do. That was good. Right, another song. Well done, Derek. That was really good. People are impressed with your pop knowledge. I think this one is less obscure. I mean, it's a bit obscure. John Wayne is big leggy, but it's one of my favourites. Sometimes I just pick stuff that I like, you know what I mean? Right, Colin's gone for a B and a U. And then we go O-R, B, U, O. There's an O. R. Then we got M-T-G-H. M from Colin, there's no M. T from Janie, there is a T. Simon's given us a G. Spej style, and Chris gave us an H. There's probably an H right after that T, I would imagine. Yeah. Wouldn't recognize the actual song, to be honest, but the title's always stuck in my head. L, says Margaret Ann. Let's check out L's here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I actually can't remember what this is. I'm sure I'll work it out. Louise is looking for an N. I honestly can't remember what this is. Keep guessing letters, folks, and we'll get there. Oh, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, well done. Robert got it right. Flowers in the Rain. Iconic 60s song. I'm just sitting watching flowers in the rain. Tickety-boo. Name the DJ who that song is most associated with. First person to do that gets on the wheel as well. Robert Jones is on the wheel, but there's another space for the first person who can name the radio disc jockey who that is most associated with. Yeah, that's right. Tony Blackburn is correct. And who was first? It was Derek. Derek's having a good run on this hangman situation. Nice one, Derek. Of course, he was the first person. Well, it was the first record he played on Radio 1. He was the first disc jockey to have a show on Radio 1. He was the opening act kind of thing, and that was his first record that he played in 1967, I believe, if I remember rightly. So let's do one more. Here's a dead poet. This is the last hangman, and then we've probably got time for something else as well. Might be able to do Where Am I? If I can just open that in the background while you're thinking of letters here. Because I know you love it. Probably won't submit you to the kazoo tonight. Right, here's some letters now. R, W, F, H. Let's go with those to start with. R, W, F, H. R, yes. W, yes. F, yes. H. That's 4 out of 4. Then Janie's got I. Oh, no, hang on. Missed a load. I, G, T, S. Let's try those ones. I, G, T, S. I. No. G, T, S. Now, who's this? Has anyone got this yet? Yeah, we do. Nice work. It's Ocats. I think no one else got that. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow is correct. Very, very, very good. I'd heard the name, but I didn't really know anything about him until today. Just reading a little bit about him today. Wrote a poem called The Village Blacksmith. And right, I put some cats on the wheel. The poem includes a tree, because the blacksmith works under the spreading chestnut tree, and the very tree that he wrote about later on got cut down, and then the kids in the town commissioned a chair made out of the wood, and he got the chair, and he was very touched. You know what I mean? Right, so I think we might just have time for a tiny bit of Where Am I? Yeah, we do. This is going to be on the hoof. Let's see what we got. So let me just get one set up here. I'll set up 3. It's better if I just take a second and set up 3. Then I can do 3 in a row. There's one. Well done, Phil. That was a good answer. Nicely spotted. Where are we going to go? Let's do this one. So I've got 2 set up now. And one more. Let's get 3 all together. Good stuff. And they're in different parts of the world, which is nice. And all the labels are turned off as of now. Is that right? Yeah, good. Okay, so here we go. Here comes Where Am I? So Chrome tab. Here we go. Right, where are we now? Did I get the right spelling first? You might have done, actually. Let's have a look back at that. That definitely wasn't the first right one there by Gary. Henry. Nah, not Wordsworth. It's Wadsworth, isn't it? Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Chris M was actually the first one to get it right, so I'll put Chris on as well. Now, back to the chat, because there'll be guesses flooding in here. What we got? Newcastle, Chester, Newcastle, Lincoln, York, Stratford, Liverpool, Chester, Dublin, Stratford, Bath, Nottingham, Chester. Nah, none of these places. It looks like that sort of place, doesn't it? But it's not as nice as all those places. Look, see, that's the other side of the street. That's the nice bit, and then everything else is just looks like normal. Leeds, Shrewsbury, Hereford, York, Ashby de la Zouch, Irvine. Let's go down here a bit. See if we've got any clues down here. Let's open it out, but that's quite nice. This little bit. How are the people looking? Abercrombie. Ayr, Perth, Kilmarnock, Ipswich, Bath, Cambridge, Ayr, Reading, Oxford. I'm just reading out all the ones I can see. If you put the right answer in, there's a chance I might miss it. So keep hitting me if you think you've got the right answer. Croydon, Ayr, Perth, Kilmarnock, Ipswich. We've got a right answer. Yes, it is. It is Ipswich. That's well done, Chris. Who's this guy? Oh no, it's a lady. That's maybe the town hall. I'm not sure, but or maybe a gallery. Art galleries. There we go. That's a nice building, isn't it? Ipswich. It looks all right. I bet there's a few fights down there Saturday night, right? I bet he's involved. Both of those guys. Right, Chris. Good answer. Let's get Chris on the wheel. We're just hitting 8:30, but I think you would prefer me just to do the last couple of Where Am I's before spinning the wheel. Yeah, that looks all right, eh? Right, let's get that one off, get another one on. Get two more Where Am I's. Chrome tab. Okay, right, here's the second one. Where are we now? Pharmacie. That's not how you spell pharmacy, is it? Not in this country, anyway. Some flags through there. Does that tell you anything? Some people enjoying the outdoors, drinking, socialising, no fighting. Probably not the UK. Right, where are we? Oh, Jesus, really? You got that straight away. Nantes. I was just chatting about it, and I come over to the comments, and there you go. Nantes. Bang, straight away. Yes, it's Nantes. Nantes. Let me just check, because sometimes I get these places mixed up, Nantes and Nancy and stuff like that, but I think you're completely correct. Derek? Yeah, it's Nantes. Well done. Brilliant. Nice one. Derek's on fire. Okay, I'm not going to muck about. We'll do the last one. I'll just get Derek's name on the wheel. You must know it. You been there? That's not one that you just pull out of the hat, is it? Nantes. You must know it. It was there a couple of years back. Right. Looks like an all right place, eh? Okay. Right, I'm just seeing if I want to go to Nantes or not. Was it a good trip? Did you have fun? Here comes the last one. Now, I'll give you a little clue in this one. If you're on the Facebook, you might know we were having a conversation the other day about places that are very satisfying to say out loud. This was one of the places that was suggested. Okay. So where are we now? This is a whole different kettle of fish. Look, it makes Ipswich look nice. What are you looking at? What kind of writing's that? It's close, but not quite right. Kyoto, Fukushima. That probably tells you the answer if you can read that language. What's this? The O'Hara General Hospital. Yeah, there we are. We have a right answer now. It's Fukushima. Fukushima, right? And that was suggested for being satisfying to say out loud. Fukushima. Now I'm typing Fukushima. I shouldn't type that. I should type Chris M. That's what I should type. Spedge, because everybody loves you and because you were so close, I'm going to put you on the wheel as well. Okay. Right. We are wheeled up. We've got the people on the wheel. We got the wheel and the people on the wheel. Ooh, just a little bit. Right, let's say cheerio to Fukushima. And let's say hello to the wheel. Here we go. Right, I've been typing in the names, as you can see, and that translates to this wonderful wheel of names. Let's make it nice and big. So, well, there's a sweet spot. There it is. And we can see all the names. Fuckabers. I made a video of my favourite 12, but there's hundreds of really great things to say out loud. My favourite was Copperopolis. It's in California. Hey, welcome, Spedge. Thanks very much to you. Oh, look, if we squeeze it that way, it makes it nice and big. Right, here's the wheel. It's time to spin the wheel for the prizes. Right, we're going to start off with this lovely pair of non-slip unisex gloves. These are gardening gloves. All right. Look at that. They are, as you can see there, latex dipped. And they're non-slip, and they're latex dipped, and they're non-slip as well. And they're large size, right? So pair of fantastic gardening gloves. Let's see who's going to win the fantastic gardening gloves. Whoppa! It's Karen, or is it?
Karen Duff.
Yay! It's Karen Duff. Yeah, lovely gardening glove. I don't know if you garden or just like latex dipped gloves. Either way, it's going to be a good prize, right? Yeah, I change the music now and again. It's Greek stuff now. Okay, it's time for this phone. This was supplied by Marion. It's a Nokia 105. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, it's because you don't spend your life worrying about that sort of thing. I'm trying to show you. Nokia 105, right? And it's a basic phone. Look, I can open the box. There it is. It's your basic small brick of a phone. It's quite compact. No camera, no smartphone stuff. It's just a phone for the sake of a phone. Maybe good for a kid or maybe good for an older person, but it's just a basic phone. I had one of those and they stayed charged for ages. That's the main thing I remember about them. And it's a great prize. So let's take Karen off the wheel because once you win, that's you off. And here we go. This is the phone. It's Chris.
Chris M.
Chris M. All right. Chris got loads of spots on the wheel and he's come up with a telephone. It's a win. Marion nearly won her own device there. But we take Chris off the wheel. Handy for a drug dealer. Burner phone. What's a burner phone? Is that a phone that you just set on fire if the heat gets too much, if the cops are coming? Right. Let's do a scratch card. I got... they're not right in front of me, but you know the scratch cards. £100,000, okay? Here we go for a £100,000 scratch card. Oh, it's Michael.
Michael Graven.
Yeah, it's Michael from the Chameleons. You won £100,000. Let's do the book, which is the sitting over there. Jack Monroe, Good Food for Bad Days. Let's find out who's going to get this lovely book. Robert, Derek.
Derek Kilo.
Yeah, nice one, Derek. Some really great answers in the Hangman section and in Where Am I? as well. So nice job getting on the wheel, and you've come up trumps with a book. That leaves one prize left we take, and we're down to not that many people on the wheel now, and it's down to the Cross Borders Beer Prize. This is Cross Borders Brewery, #1 brewery in Eskbank, Dalkeith zone, and in fact the whole of Scotland. And they've been sponsoring us for over a year now, and I really appreciate it. And what am I going to do? I was going to just get their link. So you know the thing, if you use the code DP Quiz on their website, then you get 10% off. So that's worth doing. If you want some beer and you can't be bothered going to the shop, you don't have to. You don't have to. You just go on the Cross Borders site. Also, it'd be supporting a person who supports the quiz, so that'd be nice. And get 10% off. Okay, right, here we go. That's all the preamble. Let's spin for the beer. There's me, there's Marion, there's Mr. Mackey.
John Mackey.
John Mackey, yeah, #1, fantastic. He's on a good run. He was breadwinner 2 Wednesdays ago. And now he's come up trumps with a beer, so it's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Well done, Mr. Mackey. You are our beer winner. So there we have it. We've got garden gloves for Karen Duff, beer for Mr. Mackey, a little cheeky little phone, good for drug dealing apparently, and let's go down to Chris in London. In fact, folk down in London are always getting their phones stolen off them, so it's probably quite a good thing to have a wee spare. Michael's got £100,000, almost guaranteed. I mean, most people who get those scratch cards, tend to have the chance of winning something. And Derek's got the cookbook, so I know, yeah. That's right, all the essential food groups. Mr. Kilo is getting the stuff. You're lot telling jokes. Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors? Because if they had 4, they would be chicken sedans. Sean, you're barred. That's it. No more. Yeah. You know what makes a joke really funny is doing a funny face afterwards. And I'm not even joking. I used to know a guy who ran a pub in Glasgow, and he was really, really good at telling jokes. He could tell a lot of jokes, like one after the other. He was good at remembering them, even when drunk, and he could reel them off, having a lock-in. Reel them off. And he always got a big laugh. Now, part of the reason for that is because it's his pub. And, it's good to laugh at the boss's jokes. Part of it is because the jokes were actually pretty good. Part of it is because he told them pretty well, and I was watching him how he tells the jokes. And you do that. You do exactly what Sean's done there. You tell the joke and you go afterwards. And it depends on the teller. Obviously, some people do deadpan, but this guy I'm talking about, he used to reel off the jokes, and he did a great big cracky face at the end of each one, and it took people with him. You know what I mean? It worked. But that's bloody awful. Sean, it's nice to have you back. Oh, I thought I saw another one. Yeah, what does an angry pepper do? It gets jalapeno face. Come on. That's American chat. What's chicken sedan? Is that a thing? Or is it just because 4 doors instead of 2? Sedans. Do we use that language? Do we call things coupes and sedans? That sounds like American chat as well. Have you been on an American site getting jokes, Sean? Remember where you're from. This is a British quiz for British people and anybody else who wants to watch on an American site. Oh, there you go. You got a fan. Really like Sean's jokes. That's because he does the wee happy laugh after them. See, it works. Pajero are like, these jokes are great. Is that a Zippy face? Zippy was a good guy. He was a funny guy. Zippy out of Rainbow. Although, as I get older, I find myself liking George out of Rainbow more and more. Vibing with George. Like, Zippy's obviously a legend, but he's essentially a dickhead. Right. I'm going to go, folks, because it's been a great quiz, and thank you all for coming. Well done to Alice Mumford from the Scottish Green Party, putting him back on top of the quiz with a good score of 18. Let's see, I'm going to put my donation link in one more time. If you think tonight's quiz was worth a little donation, then I'm delighted to get those. Thank you very much for coming and doing the quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing your score as well. I'm going to put the score upload link in one more time, so you can do that. And because it is the last week in April, I'll just remind you about Deadpool. So Deadpool is you can win £1 million scratch card. Some of these can be quite good. So a guy once won £100 on Deadpool on one scratch card. £100 straight, £100. That would be good, wouldn't it? And you have to predict the most famous person to die in any given month, and you have to get your May entries in by the end of April. The end of April is Friday. So you've got to get them in by Friday midnight, you know what I mean? And that's it. So I'll give you the link for that as well, Deadpool. I'll go and have a look. Before I hang this up, I'll go and have a very quick look at the Deadpool table as it stands and see what people have got in. Deadpool. There we go. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's not that many entries for May so far. Usually I save it to the last week of the month to promote it. If I just hide the columns that show you people's names and emails, then I can show you this. So I'll hide those columns. And there we go. Right, okay, so I can share this with you now. Chrome tab, Deadpool, there we go. Can you see it? Is it too small? Right. Thank you very much, Pajero. Appreciate it. I enjoyed the quiz. I thought it was a good quiz. So we've got Prince Philip. Well, that's not going to happen, is it? All right, that was put in on the 1st of April. I see. The King of Spain. Jimmy Carter. It's always a decent bet. Right, I see. I've got to keep doing it. Pope Benedict the 16th. Yeah, he's still cutting about. The Queen, Elton John, the Queen, Rod Stewart, and Henry Kissinger and David Attenborough. All good suggestions. I don't think there's any bad ones in there. You wouldn't be surprised if any of those were suddenly on the news for being dead. Maybe Rod Stewart would be a bit of a surprise. Maybe Elton John would be a bit of a surprise. Both of those guys are relatively young. But the rest, that would be no great shakes, would it? So you got to choose the most famous person to die during the month. So the current leader for April is, of course, Prince Philip. 2 different people picked that for April. I've got to wait to the end of the month to see if he is the most famous person to die, and then I'll do a wheel of fortune between whoever picked the winner, and that will pick a winner. You know what I mean? Deadpool. They die, you win. That's the slogan for Deadpool. One day I'm going to make it into an app and make millions of pounds. But at the moment, I'm just going to keep running these quizzes and just about surviving. That's the plan for just now. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on Facebook, etc., for chat and whatnot. During the week, stay safe, do good things. And see when the media tells you that everything's open again, just remind them that it's not. Remember, it's not open until the quiz is on. That's it. Right, I'm out of here. It's time for bed. 76 and 74 relatively young. Yeah, I would say so. Like old Queenie is 95, isn't she? How old is Pope Benedict the 16th? Like, did he not cancel being the Pope quite a long time ago because he was really ill, but he's still alive? Like, we just look him up here on. Real name, Ratzenberger, isn't it? Yeah, Joseph Aloysius Ratzenberger. He's 94, right? Pope Benedict XVI is 94. King of Spain. Actually, the King of Spain's the youngest person there. Because it used to be Juan Carlos, but he stepped down because he is old. So the actual King of Spain is quite a young guy now. A young, relatively. Who's the King of Spain? Felipe VI. Wow. Let's have a look at Felipe VI. He's only 53. Safe for the quiz. Safe for the quiz. Is Edinburgh the same year as the Queen? Is that right? Yeah, he'll be pushing that limit. Surely he'll get to 100. He's all right. Henry Kissinger. Let's just check him out, see where he's at. Henry Kissinger. Let's have a look. Is 97. Wow. There was a question on Millionaire about which actress was born the same year as the Queen. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anybody. What year is she? She's 1926, isn't she? So, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of actresses born in 1926. All right, here's the choices. Judy Garland, Marilyn Monroe, Julie Andrews, Audrey Hepburn. That's quite good. That's a good question. Let's see. Judy Garland. She was 1939. They made Wizard of Oz. So if she was born in 1926, then she'd be 13. Nah, I think she was older than that. I think. Yeah, surely. Marilyn Monroe. Now, if she was born in 26 and she died in 60 something, 63, then she would have been just under 40. I think she was maybe over 40. So I think it's not her. Julie Andrews is surely younger. So I think Audrey Hepburn. That's who I think. I'm going to go for Audrey Hepburn. Marion, let me just go and look it up on the old wiki. Audrey Hepburn. Let's look her up. 1929. No. So who is it then? Is it Julie Andrews? Second guess. It is Marilyn Monroe. Right, okay. Yeah, Julie Andrews is 1935. Yeah, she's 10 years younger than the Queen. Marilyn Monroe. Right. I just thought she's maybe... All right, she was only 36 when she died. I thought she was older. I thought she was over 40. But nah, she's only 36. So born in 1926 and died in 1962. There you go. Quite a lot of tragedy with old Marilyn Monroe. You know. There she is. Used that in the quiz, actually. Marilyn Monroe as an infant, 1927-ish. That's her first husband, I think. Yeah. And that was for £1 million. He phoned a friend but opted wisely to go home with half. All right, yeah, if it was for $500,000, up to $1 million, I would never answer that. Guy did the smart thing. This is the slideshow on Wikipedia. Yeah, great stuff. Iconic. And gentlemen prefer blondes, right? Okay. Getting quiz ideas as I go through this. Very cool. Both thought Judy Garland. Oh, when was she born then? Because I think she would have been born earlier. Let's have a look. Yeah, 1922. So right about that. Still only 17 when she did Wizard of Oz then, 16, 17. That's a good question, eh? Hey, nice one. Right, I'm out of here. Nice to get into a little bit of trivia at the end, but I'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully, and have a nice couple of days. Do something fun. See you later. Bye.